What up, world? It's your boy Blue Eats coming at you with episode 14 of the Between the Buns podcast. And I am not alone. You know, I'm with my co-host, my buddy, my friend. What's up? Hype, talk to him.
What's happening, world? Just another beautiful day in paradise, man. Enjoying this frigid weather in my Shake Shack crew. You know what I mean? Shout out to the people at Shake Shack for sending your boy this crew, man. Um, Funny thing about Shake Shack, I just found out they were rated the most expensive fast food chain in America, which is crazy. But the more I think about it, I would have to agree. But I think it's top tier, man. But that's another note. I think we've already touched on that topic once before.
The
But
second
shout
you
out
said
to
they
the
were
team at Shake Shack.
the second you said they were the highest rated, I was just not even surprised whatsoever. I just sat there like, go figure.
You know, in my mind, I was thinking Five Guys, man, as far as burger chain. But yeah, Shake Shack, they definitely taxing. But every time you see one, man, they're in affluent communities, affluent neighborhoods. So they definitely have a niche demographic that they target. So, if you find yourself around one, you around the money for sure.
That's straight facts. I don't know if I told you, but the first time I had Shake Shack, I was in Brooklyn, New York, and
Okay.
I was surprised about it because I was like, Brooklyn, you know what I mean? But I didn't realize Brooklyn was going through gentrification. So when I saw so much caucasity, I was like, hold up, this is the Brooklyn I knew. We're coming back when I visited back in the day, and then I realized living in Winter Park. Go figure, Winter Park, Florida. If you know, you know. Okay, it's here. And then there's one on International Drive with the tourists. So what you said just makes sense. So it ties out.
Yeah, man. Big time, man. How we doing, man? You enjoying this weather, man? It's quite frigid out here in Central Florida, man.
It ain't too bad, man. I like busting out the hoodies every now and again. Maybe get the boots out. I'm not Timberland status, but getting the hoodies out and long sleeves. I like to rock that out every now and again. It sucks that it can affect the kids every now and again. But other than that, I like to dress warm and cozy.
I just brought my Timbs out for the first time in years, man, out in DC.
You needed it there.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was several inches of snow, man. It was beautiful. It was just a little too cold for me, man. But it was cool to bring my Brooklyn boy swag out. You know what I mean? That was dope.
Yeah. You were looking real warm up there, man. And I want to shout you out for keeping it strong. I'm making it through dry January.
Yeah,
I know you were tempted with your crew up there, but you made it through last time we tapped in. If y'all are listening to the podcast, thank you for sticking with us. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Hit the notification bell so you know when new episodes are dropping. We're sticking to Tuesdays because we like to turn up on Tuesdays. We got some good content to talk to y'all about, but a couple of things I want to do. I want to shout out to a couple of individuals that chimed in on the Instagram page. I asked a couple of questions on New Year's Eve traditions and tips on beating dry January. A big contributor was your fave Foodie page. Shout out to my friend Paige. And let us know if these sound familiar to you or new to you. New Year's Eve traditions. Grapes, running around the block with a suitcase, running around the block with money. Okay. As a black man, I can't do those two things because they're going to think I took her from somebody. So I would never do that.
Yeah, well, it depends on your neighborhood. If you're in the neighborhood with the Shake Shack, you might be good.
I don't know. If you black and live in the neighborhood with a Shake Shack, that's a little suspect. You better know the neighbors really well. Just saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Tips on making it through dry January, again by Paige. 2-a-days, ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy, 2025. Those are her words, not mine. I'm just reading what was said.
Hey, we're here for all the views, though.
Yep, absolutely. New Year's Eve resolutions. Keep on hustling and stunting on these hoes. Be a better person. Again, Paige strikes again. Consistent with the energy. Independent energy.
I'm loving it.
Next one goes out to my homeboy, Give Me Bites, my boy Eddie out here in Orlando.
What up,
The question was, tips on making it through dry January. Stay your ass at home.
Hey, he ain't never lied, bro.
Nah,
That's the most practical advice. Because man, first off, in 2025, even 2024, let's start there. I feel like the second I touch the doorknob or the garage door button, I just hear cha-ching, cha-ching, money flying out of my pocket, man. No matter if it's alcohol involved or not, man. Everything in the world, it just seems like they taxing for the feature. So yeah, man, stay your ASS at home is very sound advice. Good looking out.
Yeah, I can't argue that. And something about Eddie is he may be a man of little words, but when he speaks with volume.
Yeah,
And that's putting it lightly. So, a couple of things I want to talk about on this episode. We all know on this day of January 13th that we're filming, we are less than a week away from the official TikTok ban. And this is affecting people's livelihoods. This is affecting people's way of making content because it made it easy for people to make content. It is affecting creators. I've read and seen a lot of people quit their 9-to-5 jobs to become full-time content creators through TikTok. So there's basically a time frame of which this can be saved. I think it's when they get picked up by if they get picked up by another company to keep it around, and it may just make it to that last minute. But let's talk about it, Hype. How you feel about it?
Man, I think it's crazy, man. Over the since 2025 broke, I've been doing a lot of thinking, man, and exactly what you said. Some people they put all their eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? They started making a lot of their moves based on what TikTok's performance has been, man. I was a little late to blossom when it comes to TikTok. Matter of fact, shout out to that man Riz, because Riz actually put me on game on like how they would actually edit your videos for you. Because I told him I'm trash at Reels, even though that was clearly what the algorithm was seeking. So I never jumped on TikTok too heavy, man. So I feel for those who have utilized TikTok and have gained a lot of following and a community around it. But one thing, the reason why I wanted to touch on this topic, because there's an app, and I want to ask you about it, but Fanbase. And I actually I have their actual page pulled up on my phone. So
yep,
Fanbase has been around for a while. I actually downloaded it maybe 2 months ago when I first got wind of this TikTok break. And one thing about it, for all you TikTok influencers, consumers, users, they'll actually allow you to roll over your content into Fanbase directly. They have more niche pocketed communities that you can join and be a part of. So I didn't see any particular communities revolved around food per se, but they do have a lot of different topics that you can play around with. And another fun fact, I just found this out like a day or so ago. It's actually a Black-owned platform, which I thought was really dope. But one cool thing about Fanbase right now, man, if you look at top rated socials, this one has gone from like low tier, now it's in the top 10, man. So just in the process of this whole TikTok thing kind of looming, we're seeing a lot of people starting to shift to Fanbase. So if you guys want to like capitalize on that and be that early adopter, I would recommend it. I just made my first little basic picture because it is a little more tedious to figure out, man. But I just made a quick little picture to share who I am a couple of days ago, just to kind of throw myself out there and get myself a little more familiarized with the platform. But definitely encourage you to try it if you haven't. So, yeah, that's my take on it, man. TikTok, man, it's been fun. But, Snapchat had its run. Facebook had its run, man. None of these platforms last forever, man. So I think that's the important lesson to learn, is that you have to be versed in multiple platforms because nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, that says a lot, because I remember when Vine was a thing and people were becoming Vine famous, and then Vine died because Instagram started adding videos. So then those people had to roll over to Instagram, and then those people had to switch over to YouTube. If there's one consistent consumer base or one consistent streaming, it's been YouTube. And
YouTube,
I mean, this is going to show our age. YouTube was just a place to upload videos of free form and anything you wanted to till Google bought it and people started making careers out of it. And the biggest thing why I think people don't do YouTube as much is because we've become so accustomed to wanting quicker videos and videos that just get to the point versus long vlogs or long form videos. But there are some people that still tune into YouTube to have in the background, whether it's
then shorts. Now you have shorts.
Yeah, they're shorts now, and that's what people are starting to get into YouTube still. But I mean, YouTube is still known for its long forms, but a lot of people are rolling over that stuff into YouTube now because YouTube is still that consistent money source. And they even started a program for smaller pages to get some sort of income now. So that helps them out. That's something I started doing myself, getting on YouTube. I've always procrastinated it because I wanted to do long form. But then when I realized, okay, shorts are there, let me do it, but I still want to incorporate long form because I enjoy editing. When I know a lot of people don't enjoy editing because it's a lot to learn, but I have a background in editing when I was in school, so that's why I thoroughly enjoy it. Fan base sounds interesting, though. I think somebody contacted me about it a while ago, and it looked brand new, so it sounded familiar when you mentioned it, and I looked it up, and I have it available, so I'll look into that myself. So that's a good idea. Something I do want to say about TikTok is a lot of people would go viral on TikTok, and that would translate to Instagram too. But also TikTok was not as strict as Instagram because there are some people or businesses I know that would put something on Instagram and Instagram would shadow ban them because of the topic. But then they go on TikTok and they have 30K, 40K followers because it's not as strict. And
that's actually one of the things that fan base actually alludes to. Ad free, and we will never shadow ban creators. Be you without limits. Download now. That's their slogan. So I don't know. I mean, I think we're gonna have a lot of TikTok copycats, but fan base seems like the clear winner as at this point in time. What's today's date? So
13th of January.
13th of January,
2025.
So we're a week away from that ban. So fan base looks like the clear, concise winner right now. We'll see what happens though.
If that's the case, fan base better find this video and plug us in, because if you're going to be an advocate and you're saying what you're saying, I'm going to download it too and see what's up. So, hey, as you said, if that's where it's going to be, fan base, shout us out, hook us up, because that may be the next outlet we need to do and get on it early.
Yeah, we'll rock with it together, man. I'll be your first follower. I actually probably need a follower. I don't even know if I have a follower. I didn't even dig into it that deep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it after we get off this episode, man. But since we're talking about content creation and talking about streaming, something that a lot of people don't do or don't know about, thanks to apps like TikTok, they don't know how to edit. They don't know how to chop up their videos. They don't know how to time their videos. And a lot of times they just want something simple and something quick to go to get their video uploaded, because a lot of people like simplicity. I know on this topic, for me, I'd like to use CapCut to edit. I know some people like to use Canvas, especially when making media kits. Some people use Instagram, but Instagram's editing is not the best to use. It's very basic, very black and white. But CapCut, even their basic is enough to where you could edit it a certain way. You can add non-stock music so you won't get flagged for it, because that was something TikTok was actually strict about. Now that I think about it, they didn't want you to use certain music because it was licensed. So having the flexibility with CapCut, and I always tell people as a editor, is just have fun with it. It's your vision. It's your point of view, I like to say. And I like to say, if you've seen enough music videos, picture your content as a video you'd like to produce or edit. So get your point of view, get the angle you want, get as much as you want. So you have multiple perspectives to use when making your video, because one's going to look better than the other. Sometimes you're going to retake a lot of stuff because the lighting was bad or the camera blurred, or you just want a certain look. And having 5 shots of different angles, maybe what you need to get enough for your footage. You'll have 20, 30 clips and only use 9 of them.
Yeah, that's so true.
A lot of people don't want a long video, but then you have people that make 15-second videos, 30-second videos. They throw a funny clip on there, funny audio or catchy audio, or what's trending.
Sound effects,
exactly. So that's just something I want to share with through content creation. You got anything you want to chime in on?
No, man. CapCuts is definitely my go-to right now. I've been doing a little research on some of the AI based platforms that are out there that allow you to, enhance video and photos and even audio. Just a few that I've looked into. Photo Room was one, and Chat on AI is another one. I think that one's paid, and there's a couple of more that I have downloaded. But for sure, man, y'all get back to us. Let us know what y'all are rocking with to edit. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to engage with the community. Let's help each other. Share your thoughts, share your ideas. We'd love to hear it. You got anything else,
Yeah.
Blue?
Something else I also want to chime in on, and I mentioned this before we started recording. When it comes to content creation, there are things that go into it. And how would you feel if you were invited out to, let's say, a get together, a gathering to get content, and there's maybe 5, 6 of you, and you were invited out by another influencer, and you found out that this influencer is getting paid to invite you out, but you didn't get a cut?
Oh, that's sleazeball shit. That's trash.
Okay.
I wouldn't rock with that at all. As soon as I found out, I wouldn't rock with that human being at all.
Now, would you rock with them if they gave you a cut because you came out of your way to get content? Would you rock with them then?
Yeah, but it's only fair that everybody get a cut. Everybody eats.
Yeah. But I'm saying you like as a whole, not just you individually out of like the 5 other people. Okay.
No, yeah.
So this is something else on the top I'll talk about with this topic in food content creation. Something about a slogan that me and a few guys came up with was collaboration over competition. The goal is, and the motive behind that is, come together as a group and work together, break bread together, instead of competing with one another. And it sucks when people want to take that but not follow that. Or there's another one that's been out called community over competition. And it's like, how are you helping the community if you're taking money from a business but not giving it to the people that's putting in work for that business like you are?
Yeah.
And how are you not giving back to
this sounds like some Orlando stuff, man. I know Orlando. Y'all are different sometimes, man. You I'm assuming you have somebody in mind when you bring this up. I don't know.
It's a couple people. It's a couple people involved and a couple of people that I've learned, and it's something that was very eye-opening. And it's like, damn, man, I thought that we've come to terms of understanding that we're all in this together. Because it's like, if I'm eating, why can't you eat at the same table as me if we're all working together for the same goal?
How we looking on time, dog?
We got a couple minutes left. So this is something I wanted to get your mind on before we wrapped it up. So that's just something that I want to get off my chest. So anybody that listens and hears this, please chime in, whether you're in Orlando, whether you're outside Orlando, just as a content creator. If you're invited by an individual, not a business, an individual that does content like you, and they want you to come to this restaurant, whether they're doing well, whether they're not, and you find out that, hey, this person was given cash to give you out there, to get you out there to get content, but nothing's going in your pocket. You're just getting a free meal and putting content out. I just want to hear your thoughts on that, but that's all I got.
No, man, just to elaborate a little further, I don't think that's morally correct. I don't think that's the ethical way to do business or friendships or relationships, especially within this community, man. Hopefully that person or persons make it right to the community, because that's foul to me, in my opinion. I just couldn't rock with that type of character. Once people show me who they are, I believe them the first time. And
exactly.
That's usually how I treat that.
Yeah, man, I'm with you on that. But let us know what you think if you're listening in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Spotify. I don't know if I can say TikTok anymore. But this is Baloo Eats, my old boy Hypebeast Burger, episode 14 of Between the Buns. We'll see you on the next one. Be safe. Peace.
Peace, world.